Singapore, a lively city-state at the southern tip of the Malay Peninsula, is famous for its mix of modern innovation and traditional charm. Even though it's relatively small, Singapore stands out as a global center with a strong economy that has diverse population and culture. It is a strategic location and mix of cultures make it a lively and orderly city. Singapore is a country that has many mixes of cultures, with a population mainly made up of Chinese, Malays, and Indians. This rich diversity is evident in everyday life, where four languages English, Mandarin, Malay, and Tamil are commonly spoken. English is used for business and government, while Mandarin, Malay, and Tamil are often spoken at home and in cultural settings.
One of the things Singapore is known for is its cleanliness and organization, which are maintained and organized through a set of strict rules. For example, tipping is not common in restaurants. Instead of adding a tip in your bill, you'll find that service charges and taxes are already included. A simple thank you or a positive review is appreciated, showing that Singapore values efficiency and respect. Littering is taken very seriously in Singapore. Fines starts at $2,000 for first-time offenders and even can go up to $10,000 for repeat violations. This strict approach to cleanliness began at the 1960s when Singapore was dealing with a lot of litter. To address this issue, the government launched a Keep Singapore Clean campaign to promote a sense of responsibility towards the environment. The ban on chewing gum, which started in 1992, is another example of Singapore's commitment to cleanliness. The ban was put place to solve problems caused by gum litter, which led to high cleaning costs. Although chewing gum is generally banned, it can still be bought for medical reasons from pharmacies and dentists.
Public transport in Singapore also has strict rules to keep things clean. Eating and drinking are not allowed on buses and trains to ensure a tidy and pleasant environment for everyone. This part of a larger effort to keep the city's public spaces clean and inviting.
Singapore is not only famous for its cleanliness and organization, but it is also famous for its multicultural culture. Singapore's rich cultural heritage comes from its major ethnic groups. The Chinese community, making up about three-quarters of the population, has a strong influence on the city's culture. Festivals like Chinese New Year and the Qingmingjiao, a clear and bright festival, are celebrated with lively parades, traditional food like Hainanese chicken rice, and ceremonies honoring ancestors, reflecting the deep Chinese tradition in Singapore. Outside of Chinese festival and food, the Chinese culture in Singapore affects the language in their daily life. Mandarin is also a language where most Singaporeans use and understand.
Not only Chinese, the Indian community, with roots going back to British colonial times, adds its own distinct flavor to Singapore culture. Areas like Little India are bustling with activity during festivals such as Diwali, which celebrates the victory of light over darkness, and Pongal, a harvest festival. Indian food, including popular dishes like roti prata, is an important part of Singapore's diverse culinary scene.
Lastly, the Malay community, the second largest ethnic group in Singapore, also brings its own cultural and religious influences. Malay is one of the official languages, and Islamic traditions play a big role in cultural practices. Festivals like Ramadan, in a month of fasting and reflection, and Hari Raya, which marks the end of Ramadan, are celebrated with great respect and enthusiasm. These events add to the rich mix of cultural practices in Singapore.
Today, Singapore is a sunny tropical island with about 5 million people. Its unique mix of tradition and modernity, along with its focus on cleanliness and cultural harmony, makes it a special place to visit. Whether you're exploring by its modern landmarks like Marina Bay Sands and Gardens by the Bay, or even discovering its rich cultural heritage. It has been popular for its cleanliness and organization, no tipping, anti-littering laws, no eating in public transportation, and the ban of chewing gum plays a big role on keeping this country clean and controlled. You will also appreciate the rich cultural that Singapore comes with from these Chinese, Indian, and Malay communities that therefore would help enhance by allowing one to connect better with the local way of life. Take a little time to learn and respect these customs, which bestow on Singapore very special attributes as you consider visiting this vibrant city. Singapore offers a fascinating and rewarding experience for everyone.
A country like Singapore, which is based on a we culture, love to share responsibilities and bring people together and build unity and mutual respect. This collective spirit, supported by strong family ties and government policies, makes Singapore not only a great place to visit, but also to learn the power of togetherness. Not only that, but Singapore has a lot of cultures like Chinese, India, and also Malay that create a strong bond in the country that is flooded with so much tolerance, love, and respect, such as the culture where the Chinese celebrate King Mingjie Festival or Pure and Bread Festival, which resembles the All Souls Day, meaning that Singapore mostly celebrate festivals together and love being around each other to bring happiness and joy. Not only that, Malays in Singapore also celebrate Ramadan, where they celebrate the event with their family and they share their blessings to each other. Lastly, Indians in Singapore used to build bazaars and would gather a lot of people to come over to the bazaar, and together they would just be amazed of the celebration and the art that is happening.